Here are two of my super basic criteria for fine art. It's got to be beautiful, or it has to have some redeeming aesthetic, and it requires a high degree of craftsmanship. A lot of these things have one or the other or neither. Okay, this is the apotheosis of postmodernism. I mean, it seems to be according from this book. Okay, Matthew Barney. And that guy, this is Matthew Barney, actually, with all the makeup and shit. It's a still from Cremaster 4, a video, 1994-95. This book has contained a diversity of constructions of artistic identity since 1945. Here, the artist aspires to a metamorphosis which hints partly at mythology, partly at science fiction. However, with mock pathos, Barney's floppy ears and dual kiss curls inadequately match up to the four horns of the ram, which the video's plot establishes as his ideal. Want to hear a little bit more about this guy? Okay, this guy made a series of videos called Cremaster. Cremaster, C-R-E-M-A-S-T-E-R, is probably might be where masturbates comes from, I don't know. But it's I remember it from anatomy, it's a muscle that pulls your balls up. If you're a guy. He made a sequence of videos called Cremaster, and he started with 4. It goes like 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, like I don't know. The first one is Cremaster 4. In Cremaster 4, 1994, the plot revolves around a hybrid satyr cum dandy, played by Barney, whose ambition, it seems, is to achieve the more impressive hybridity of the Lowton ram, one of the four-horned species of rams from the Isle of Man. The hero finally attains the ram's realm, the Isle of Man itself, via a peculiar descent into the sea, followed by a journey along a form of uterine passageway, possibly symbolizing rebirth, in parentheses. I'm gonna read more of this. What does Barney's strange conjunction, this is the last paragraph in the book, by the way. What does Barney's strange conjunction of sportswear fetishism, technological streamlining, and surreal camp add up to? It could certainly be an elaborately humorous parody of masculine aspirations. Many have seen a crisis of masculinity, have you heard that before? Tied up with the social shifts arising from women's empowerment as endemic to the 1990s. It seems more likely, however, that it dramatizes the desire to transcend human givens to achieve biomechanical syntheses. This has a real resonance with 1990s concerns with issues such as cloning and genetic engineering, and, in this sense, Barney's work offers an appropriate note on which to finish. This book began by describing an atomic explosion. It ends with a satire on hubris. Want to see some of this dude's video? Let's watch.
I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my own dreams were the reflections of my warped mind staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams it's always there, the evil face that twists my mind, brings me to despair. 666, the number of the beast. Hell and fire respond to be released.
Yeah. What do you think of that? This guy started doing this in 94 and made the last one in 2003, which I think was Cremaster 5. Like I said, they're all out of order. So, why... Let's keep it on this dude. Why do you think this dude is the perfect example of postmodernism and finishes this book? I mean, well, one reason is obviously because the book was written in the 90s, and that was one of the more current works of art. These motherfuckers are all feature length. And the thing about them, look, I'll give it to them. They are very technically well crafted, and the makeup is kind of insane. It looks good. There's extreme attention to detail. This fool is no slouch. He's smart. He's making a very strong commentary on just, I don't know what it is. You know, you fill in the blank. And now I'll reveal the key to all of this. Go back to an epiphany I had when I was studying for a test for this class. I was cramming, and in addition to this book, I was reading a ton of articles that went throughout the 20th century. It was basically chronological, and, you know, because the thing is, like, these artists, they weren't necessarily loquacious. Jackson Pollock was kind of a weird, quiet dude. He was out in his shed flinging paint on shit. He would say stuff like "I am nature" or something like that. But he had a guy named Clement Greenberg who was an art critic, but I mean, I really almost think of these guys as theorists because they try to explain this art with this highfalutin language, and it's interesting. Clement Greenberg said paint is paint and surface is surface. And he also created the term kitsch. So he said paint is paint and surface is surface, and I'm like, okay. And then I read some more guys. He had like sort of a successor named Michael Fried, I think. And then there was other guys, and you know, you read, and the thing is, you read and you follow these movements. Movements pop up adjacent to each other, and some of them branch from other places, and they all sort of claim the lineage of being from stuff that's a lot more coherent, movements back in the 19th century. Because it is actually, you know, there's tons to know, but it's a lot easier to trace movements and visual art until it gets to the 20th century. And as I was reading these, I just was reading it like for a whole day. I was just reading. And I was following, and I was keeping them in their little compartments. And once it started getting into like the 60s and 70s, and I was reading this one article, and I was having a tough time, and I kept rereading it, and they're making up words, and they're saying things in this weird way, dude. I mean, if you read anything postmodern, you'll know that it's like brainwashing yourself or some shit. It's like double think. And I was sitting there feeling really frustrated because I couldn't get it. And I've been following the line up until that point. And then I had an epiphany. I had a little tiny epiphany. It was like, ding. Oh, it's bullshit. And then I felt a sense of relief wash over me. And that's the key. This stuff is bullshit. Okay? I was gonna comment a lot more and read you bits of, you know, the philosophy behind this movement or that movement and like all that. But, you know, I think the fact is we've all been inundated with all this doublethink shit. And that's what this is. Let's take what was his name? Fucking Barney? The guy, Cremaster guy. Highly crafted, highly skilled technically. The message, the aesthetic, it's like some sort of Dionysian nightmare. It's ugly, it's gross. I remember I was telling my roommate about this. Here, look at this motherfucker. I think he saw this book on the table and turned it upside down. He didn't like it. It had such a nasty redolent with something perverse. And I was like, come on, dude, you want to watch a clip of this guy's video? And he's like, no, dude, no. And I was like, well, you always make me listen to metal, and I really don't like it. And then he's like, no. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't really want to do it either. I just wanted to gross him out. I mean, that's it, right? That's where we're at. Okay. Now, can I prove it's bullshit?